Hey guys, Lindsay here. A lot of not great updates coming up here out of the National Hurricane Center, which is currently tracking Hurricane Melissa right around 4 o'clock this morning, turned into a Category 5 hurricane. You can see it right here. This is the very, very latest visible satellite imagery of this, and you can see that well defined eye basically just moving like 2 or 3 miles an hour. The track of it is not great. It's going to likely impact a lot, like a direct track right into western um, Jamaica, and then the biggest storm surge impacting the eastern parts. We're talking well over maybe 30, 40 inches of rain for some of these spots, including Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Haiti as well. There's already been some deaths reported as a result of this storm. So it's a very scary situation for areas down there. And you can see right here, this is the latest that showcases those rain bands right here in a very, very strong Category 5 hurricane. You can see right here, 160-mile-an-hour winds. This is the very latest update that came out at 8 o'clock this morning. The latest tracks on this. This is the most important part, is what are the impacts? We know the track can still wobble and change, but the fact that Melissa has been a very slow, incredibly slow moving storm, it was able to gain an incredible amount of intensity very quickly. You can see right here, it's just like this ball of intense winds. So it is a Category 5. Latest does take it right around, I would say, it's at the worst time of day, too. It's going to be likely impacting the area on Tuesday morning. So a lot of those really bad winds, the eye wall getting over ashore at the worst time of night when you can't see, and continuing that major hurricane status as we go into Cuba as well. Then it hits a lot of the Bahamas and the Virgin Islands. Actually, yeah, and some of those areas as well, with likely Category 2 force, and then it moves off into the Atlantic Ocean and moves its way into regular storm status. Definitely too close for comfort. I mean, Florida not needing to worry that much, but you're still likely going to get some rain bands out of this. Just because the center of it doesn't go over you doesn't mean you're not going to get some impacts from this storm. And to highlight this point, I do want to pop up here. Let's see if I can do. I don't think this will show up on this sector. So I'm going to go to, oh, let's see, maybe the NAM will help me out here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see it on this view just because of where it's located. So, yeah, most of those bands are away from Florida, as you can see, but I want to find one that is specifically for the Atlantic Ocean. So let's go to North America. Again, it's hard to see. I can tell. But I'm going to go to just temperatures so we can really see that ball there going right over the area. And then it makes landfall, pushes east, and then it moves on out. So the part that makes this really tough is that if you look at the warnings that the key messages that the National Hurricane Center are putting out here, we're talking do not venture out of your safe shelter. Like, that's very, very scary. Catastrophic and life threatening flash flooding. Numerous landslides are likely today through Tuesday. Destructive winds in the mountains, extensive infrastructural damage, long lasting power and communication outages. And also, it's going to isolate communities. Life threatening storm surge, damaging waves are expected. And a lot of this is for Haiti and the DR as well. Eastern Cuba, heavy rainfall with life threatening flash flooding. I mean, they don't use these words lightly. That's what's really scary about it. So you can see the 4-day forecast. I mean, some spots in eastern Jamaica could get up to 40 inches of rain. I mean, that is just an incredible amount of water. And they're basically just an island sitting out there. I know there have been some mandatory evacuations, but through my research and studies in emergency management, there's not always a way for people to leave. They sometimes don't want to leave because that's all they know. They don't have the means to leave. They're not able to. Maybe they have a medical concern. They don't want to leave their animals. I mean, a lot of these concerns have to be raised, and I'm really hoping that they have some help after this because it's not going to be great. And this is the worst part about being a meteorologist is forecasting something you can't prevent and knowing how bad it's going to be. It's just really hard. I have a really hard time with forecasts like this, especially when the language is so catastrophic. So, um, let's talk about our forecast a little bit. So I'm going to go to the H trip here. We do have a very interesting area of low pressure that I'm tracking. And this area of low pressure is, you know, it's kind of doing a horseshoe, like a literal horseshoe. So what I mean by that is I'm going to go ahead and draw a picture. Okay. So we have this low. Okay. And what it's going to do is it's going to swing around, loop, and come back up, kind of looks like a horseshoe, does it not? Right? It's a horseshoe. So here's the funky thing about this. So here it is. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit so I can toggle the bar a little bit more. So here it is. We got a lot of rain coming in for areas in like Minnesota. All this rain is building up, and typically systems move from, west to east, and they plow through and we're done. This low is actually getting caught up in the jet stream. So there it is. See right here? And then it swirls, moves on, and then it works its way back up. And to prove to you what it's getting caught up in, I'm going to go ahead and pop up I can't use it with that weather model. I can do maybe 250 wind speeds. So 250 wind speeds, you see it's getting caught up. There's the jet, and it's going to take it up like this. It's just very fascinating to see this. So because of that, wait till you see this. I'm going to show the precip and the total precip accumulation. And I'm going to zoom it out for the whole United States. So the precip accumulation is literally around us, but not here. So as long as that low stays where it goes, we're going to be fine when it comes to rain chances. This is going into Friday. So temperature wise, we're likely going to be staying in the mid 50s all week long. Trick or treat looks really good. And the weekend does feature some rain chances. But yes, a pretty wild, interesting low that I'll be tracking. And I'll be watching this as we go through the next few days so that you guys can stay updated. I don't want to do a specific space weather forecast, but I do want to pop up Swipsy. There was a solar system that impacted the area, or it will likely impact the area going into tomorrow. It's a G1 storm. We did have some conditions. I believe it was a few CMEs a while back, or it could be due to the high speed stream that you see right here, right there, due to that coronal hole that's formed. So that's, I don't think it's going to give us auroras or anything like that. Plus, we're going to be cloudy, but I just wanted to mention that there are likely going to be some G1 level storming going on. I do want to pop up the DRAP though, because what makes this worse about the hurricane, and this does and can happen. The DRAP basically shows us, where are you? Deabsorption region. This shows us where we're getting radio blackouts. So if we have a geomagnetic storm that passes through and it messes with the magnetic field and we get a radiation storm or something, we can have some issue, like a solar flare can issue and chuck out radiation storms. So if we in fact do get that going into like the Caribbean at a time when the hurricane's moving through, this can really hamper the communication efforts as well. So all right, guys, that is your weather in-depth coverage of Hurricane Melissa, of our forecast and our weird horseshoe low, plus a little bit about space weather. I will see you guys tomorrow for the latest update.